Let me ask you this now. So where do you and President Bukele, what is the long-term goal? And obviously you're implementing all of these things, which are very impressive, but how do you see the future of Bitcoin in El Salvador in the schools? Like what would you hope to see in like 5 years from now and 10 years from now? What would you like to see?
A general knowledge about how Bitcoin works, about the advantage that Bitcoin provide in different that we already have the traditional system, because right now, as I was saying, our population still have some wrong ideas about using Bitcoin. It's very fragile. I mean, right now you have 10, tomorrow you're going to be 1, but at the same time, the next day of tomorrow you're going to be 200, right? That thing it have to be in our perception, in our minds. We have to be ready for that, and we have to learn how to adapt our economy of that fluctuation, which is normal. I mean, go and see what is happening right now in the U.S. about those financial districts that are being collapsed in the last month. So, but again, our projection is to have a better understanding of a very different system, and at the same time a system that is more democratic, and we do not need someone to be intermediating for the transaction, but also it's cheaper because you don't have to pay fee to no one, and at the same time it's faster, and it's provide that service to someone that has that lives I don't know how many hours from the city, and they can make the transactions right there. They as easy as to have one of these telephones, smart telephones, and start working. So for us, that is our objective, to have a more wide understanding, a more wide acceptability of something that is very good for our country development. And as I was saying, we already start. We're not going to stop. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to continue strongly teaching our students at schools in educational perspective.
That's impressive. So what statistics can you sort of point to from, like, since you started this Bitcoin education program, and that are really giving you, like you said, there's a lot of work and it's not going to be easy, but where do you can you point to, like, oh, we've already seen this improvement statistically, or that improvement, or this region, or this, or we're starting to see big advancements?
We already have some spots that are very good at using Bitcoin, but I'm convinced that the future of El Salvador is on the path of progress and equal opportunities for all, not only through group. That is a big difference using Bitcoin. And prioritizing the development of every citizens, not only those that have access to a bank, they can open. We do have some population that does not have how to read or write, but with this, we democratize the access of a transaction like that. And at the same time, starting from the early childhood to the elderly. We are not making any distinctions. We want to start from early childhood because we need it, but at the same time, we are giving the opportunities to the ones that is, at the end of their life, maybe, I don't know, elderly. And of course, reversing decades of looting, corruptions, violence, poverty, inequity, unhealthiness, poor education, and countless challenges will not be easy. I'm pretty sure of that. But we're going to go against that. We're going to continue with our best effort in order to provide our population a more equal opportunities. as I was saying before, it's not going to be easy, but with hand in hand with God and our leader, President Bukele, which I told you at the beginning, he had the guts in order to take decisions like that we are discussing right now. The country is beating already, and it's going to continue beating on the things that I mentioned before: health, security, education, first-class infrastructure, culture, sports, and welfare of our population. We want to have a state of welfare for our populations. And one of the tools that we Mr. President identify is the use of Bitcoin in a very popular way. So again, this is not a job. This is an honor. This is an opportunity for a international, civil servant working for 25 years. You mentioned the country, and I was there with the UN. But now it's our time to work for our country, you know. And for that purposes, I feel honored, and I feel so comfortable the things that we've been doing, led by President Bukele.